What's up, everybody? Welcome here to Pop Culture Philosophers. In particular, welcome to PCP Movie Night. It's the show where we gather every week to talk about the movie of the week. And this week, we're talking about 1993's Hard Target, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, directed by John Woo. In fact, his first Hollywood picture after coming off a very successful run in Hong Kong cinema. So we did a poll because you know we love Jean-Claude Van Damme here on the channel. And our Actionfest poll for this year was Van Damme-centric. This was the overwhelming winner. Nothing else was even super close. A little bit of Lionheart. But today, we're going to be talking about the one, the only Hard Target, once again, from our man, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Joining us today, of course, is Brooks. What is up, my man?
What's up?
You excited to talk about this Actionfest classic?
Yeah, another Jean-Claude movie checked off the list.
Yeah, you know, they usually treat us well here at PCP, so
Yeah.
we're going to keep the love train going, no matter how atrocious the mullet may be. Speaking of atrocious mullets, you should see this guy's pictures from back when he was in middle school. It's Mark from Geeks Unleashed. What's up, homie?
Oh, man. I thought you were going to go to me when you said mullet. I was like, fuck's sake. I was like,
well, it'd be insulting to Fable. He still has one, so.
Okay. Thank you for having me. By the way, I love the background behind all the pictures with cinema seats. That's a cool move.
Yeah, it's like we're sitting in the theater. Isn't that neat?
Yeah. I like the fact that they're like the old seats.
Yeah.
It feels like suits this kind of film.
It's not quite working for me, though, because they're all sitting down and they should all be popped up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For the ones that we're in, but.
Yeah, the old ones, you had to push them down, sit down.
Yeah. I remember those, and I love those.
Those are the days. I was saying the other day how when I saw Fifth Element, they didn't care about health and safety. I saw Fifth Element on National Cinema Day for like £1.50, and they were letting people sit in the aisles, the floor, the front, and it was like everyone ran in. They didn't allocate seats back then, and everyone was just running in and pushing the thing down. But yeah, no, I like that. It reminds me of back in the day.
Heck yeah. Speaking of back in the day, it's Fable. What is up, my man? From One Collection Down, who's also been joining us on this crazy ride we call Actionfest.
Station, brother. Hell yeah. The mullet's making a comeback, man. I'm calling it now, 2025. Let's do it.
It's already happening, man. It's crazy. I see kids running around the baseball game this weekend. Tons of kids having like mullets and shit. I was like, man, is it 1987? What's going on over here, man?
Let's do it, Robbie. Let's do it. 2026. Come on, bro.
No. I mean, when I was a kid, I had a rat tail, and that was a bridge too far for me. I couldn't even revisit that. All right, we're going to be talking about Hard Target. This is a 1993 movie directed by John Woo, and this movie's famous because, first of all, it did really, really well. It had a budget of like $20 million and made like $75 million. It was a hit. A lot of people say this is their favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. A lot of people I have personally talked to. I had seen this movie when it first came out on VHS when I was a kid, but I didn't remember shit about it except for the hair. I didn't even remember it was a John Woo film, right? And what's really crazy is, of course, he had a great career in Hong Kong. Hard Boiled. What's the one? A Better Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, The Killer.
Yeah, The Killer. So lots of cool movies there. And then he comes into the States. A lot of people want to work with him. And man, I don't think that this dude's had much luck with Hollywood. And like, he's done some movies I like Face Off, but he's also, I mean, let's be honest, most of his films aren't really that great from this era. But I was excited to watch this because I'm a Jean-Claude Van Damme fan, and this is one that I didn't really super remember much, as much as I know or remember Bloodsport or Kickboxer or hell, even Street Fighter and Time Cop and Universal Soldier, all movies we've covered. But Hard Target was a hard watch for me, y'all. I didn't really like this movie, like almost at all. There are things that I like. So what I like about it, of course, are the action set pieces. It's very John Woo, and we'll get into this later, but maybe it's a little too John Woo. But at the time, we didn't know what too John Woo was, right? And maybe one of the reasons why things become too John Woo is that all John Woo movies really have is those action set pieces, is that style, is his little his little signature moments, like the doves and the slow mo, and somebody in every John Woo movie is going to get hit with a shotgun, and they're going to fly like 30 feet backwards. That all happens here.
Opposite sides of a wall. They're
Exactly.
going to start shooting into the wall.
The action is great. Some of the cast is great. Some of the cast is not great. The story is absolutely atrocious. Now, it borrows a lot from The Most Dangerous Game, but it does it in the absolute most dipshit, dumb way possible. It's pretty fucking stupid. The theme is obvious, and it's very heavy-handed, and I'm not faulting it too much for that because it means cheesy. Is it trying to be cheesy? You know what? If it's trying to be cheesy, this movie's brilliant. But I guarantee you, this movie was not trying to be cheesy. I bet Jean-Claude Van Damme, for instance, probably thought he was going to save people's lives with this fucking movie. And I'm just going to tell you, man, I wasn't really super down for it. Like, there are things I like. There's a couple characters and performances. There's some great action. Even some music's pretty dope. But man, overall, I was quite disappointed, but I still see what its value is today, and I can definitely see what its value was in 1993. For some reason, it missed me when I was a kid. I was obsessed with a lot of Van Damme movies. This one wasn't one then, and it's not going to be one now. What about you, Brooks? What do you think about it overall, and have you seen it before?
No, I've never seen this one either, but I've heard about it. And I thought it was all right. Like, there's a lot of it's got all, it's like you said, it's got all the John Woo stuff like that you expect, but it doesn't feel quite like the heights of John Woo yet. It feels kind of like maybe it's him still like on his journey. But I think it has a good parts and its bad parts. Like does Jean-Claude do the splits in this one? I don't remember.
He does like split kicks, but he doesn't actually have a scene where he just goes into the splits, does he?
No, I don't think he does.
Oh, I don't think so.
He should have been on 2 momotorcycles running down that
Yeah.
road.
Yeah,
Like split between them. Like,
That's not something John Woo would do. He just hadn't got there yet, though. He's still learning.
you're right.
But I think it was pretty fun. It's a fun movie if you can like turn your brain off for a lot of it, because like a lot of it doesn't make fucking sense. But I kind of like it's one of those movies where like they're trying to do action movies to kind of make them a little more highbrow, like it's sending you it's a message. And this movie's kind of like a message about the homeless epidemic from back in the day, which is gone now, of course.
Of course,
But,
yeah,
yeah,
eradicated.
the exploitation of people who are down on their luck, and veterans who feel too proud to ask, for a handout. So, I think it's trying to do something. I kind of respect it for that, but it is silly as fuck. It is a ridiculous movie, but a fun movie.
Yeah, speaking of ridiculous yet sometimes fun, Mark, what about you? What did you think about this movie overall? This was a first-time watch for you, I believe.
Your segues. Anyway, yeah, it was a first-time watch. I don't even know if I was aware of it, but yeah, it was first-time watch. I watched it today. I wish I'd have had more time to have rewatched it. I'm like you though. I don't think I love it, but there are parts of it that I like. Lance Hendrickson is probably one of my favorite parts of this. Just I was a huge Millennium fan, and obviously Alien, but seeing the difference between his Millennium character and his character in this film, just his cold-heartedness, just that I really thought was great. John Woo has done some films I love. Violent Night is probably my favorite, and I know that's one of his most recent, but I'm a big fan of that movie. Like I put that on a couple of years ago, and just I had the sheer pleasure in watching my wife's face while we watched that movie, and it's great. I agree with you about I heard this online, the Wooisms, the fluttering birds and all the rest of it. Yeah, I agree. It's got all of that signature style all over it. I think, like you, the movie is not my favorite, but you have to kind of put your 90s hat on to get into this movie, and it fits with the style of stuff we had going on back then. And I love Face Off. Face Off is still a film to this day that is, like, for me, incredibly rewatchable.
I like Face Off too. We covered it here, but it's a really dumb, bad movie at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've got two actors of completely different shape and sizes, and you swap their face, and suddenly it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
How the fuck did that happen?
I want to take his face off.
Yeah, I mean, they could have also, like, changed their height and body. I don't know. Maybe they should have, like, switched their brains.
Like these two arch enemies just happen to be like the exact same body type and height.
Yeah.
But they weren't. They should have. Yeah, you're right, Mark. They should have Freaky Friday that shit.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done. Like mind swap, mind off, or some shit.
Yeah. Mind off, brain off, or something like that. That's what it should have been. Take the brains out. Anyway, this film, to be honest, it's not going to be something I'm going to go back to. But yeah, you put the 90s hat on. Naturally, it's not. It's kind of got some fun moments in it. I love it's a weak ass plot, but the plot of being hunted, like them getting a group of people and sort of for pleasure going out and hunting homeless people. They did. I mean, I've seen loads of stuff where they get a group of sort of rich folk where they go out chasing and hunting down people. I'm pretty sure the last season of Dexter Resurrection, I'm pretty sure that did something similar where they were hunting down people in the woods. But I've seen loads of stuff where they tell someone they can run through the trees and they get a group of people or whatever. It's a plot that's been used many times, so it's not an original plot. But I probably enjoyed seeing the cold-heartedness of it all versus Van Damme's kind of typical charming character that he normally plays in everything against the bad guys. That was kind of what it was.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree. I mean, 100%. All right. What about you, Fable? Do you got a history with this? I know you do, right? You have to. You're a VHS kid like me.
No, never saw this one before, man.
Okay, well, what the hell did you think of it, man?
Oh man, this movie sucks ass, bro. I mean, it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad, especially for with the expectations of John Woo, with the expectations of Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's definitely a letdown in those respects. I'm a big Killer fan. Like, I love The Killer. I think that movie is brilliant, and not only is it brilliant, but I think it inspired action movies going forward, especially American action movies. But in this one, it takes a long time to get going, right? Like, we spend the first hour building this story up that's completely ridiculous. I mean, I know there's a message in tone there, but it's dumb as fuck, guys. Come on.
Oh yeah.
This thing is stupid. You picked the wrong guy. His daughter's asking questions, but let's kill cops and fucking hunt people in broad daylight. Yeah, that's all good,
Oh yeah, that shotgun scene was shit.
Yeah, it's dumb as shit. But ultimately, I think the biggest problem with this movie, when I really go down to it, because I'm like you said, all the John Wooisms are there, and I like the John Wooisms. I like the when he pumps the shotgun and the bullet comes out and everything's in slow motion. I like him double shooting the guns into people's stomachs and shit like
Fires
that.
a gun upside down.
Yeah, it does the upside down. I live for that kind of crazy shit.
Then he kicks that dude to finish him off. That's the best fucking part of that pit.
but here's and you just named what I was just about to say. I think the problem is I'm used to seeing Van Damme doing martial arts. And I think that's his forte, and I think that's what he's good at. There's not many of his movies where he's shooting too much. At least I don't remember him, doing the gun stuff too much. So I don't think he matches John Woo's like action. You know what I mean? Like when he's on the motorcycle and shit, and he jumps over the truck. I mean, but Van Damme is the man, but he still looks fucking stupid doing it. So I think there's like a style clash there. But I will say, when the action did start kicking off, when they had the shootout and the cop died, and then they go chase him in the forest and shit, I enjoyed that half of the movie. But that's about it. It is pretty mid, I think.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. You're right. It seems like across the board, we're like, this isn't that great of a movie. Maybe it's why we've already gone through so many Van Damme movies. Maybe we've gone through most of the good ones already, but we still haven't done Lionheart and The Quest or Sudden Death, which is one of my favorites, or at least I remember it being one of my favorites. Can't wait till we revisit that one.
I think when you're like do stuff like what we do, though, people outside of us would probably just go, "That's rubbish," and move on. When you're having to come on here and have a conversation, you do start getting a little analytical. We do that. I do that just even if I'm not reviewing something. I start pulling apart something I've seen because I guess it's where our minds are geared.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's the whole point of the channel, right? Now, this movie's got some characters. It's got some solid performances in it. So let's go through and highlight some performances. I've been very nice for a while, weeks and weeks and weeks, but I'm sorry, I'm going first. It's Lance Hendrickson. Lance Hendrickson is the shit in this movie. He's the best part. He's got that badass gun that only takes one bullet at a time, just to show how badass he is. Lance Hendrickson is great in everything he's in. You could put him in the biggest piece of shit movie, and he would still be great in it, right? Now, he is awesome. His face, so expressive. The way he moves. That scene where he catches himself on fire, like, there's no stunt double there, man. That's all done. One take, just catch him on fire, throws it. He's so badass. He's got some of the best lines in the movie. He's definitely the standout for me. But what's another character you want to highlight, Brooks?
Let's not forget the man could jam on the piano.
Oh, yes. Ferociously. It's almost like that scene in Reefer Madness, man. What about you, Brooks? What's your performance to highlight?
Well, I think the villains in this movie are the best part of it. And Lance Henriksen's great, but like the guy who played Imhotep was my favorite, dude. And because he's like this smarmy fucking almost like prep school villain.
Arnold Vosloo.
He seemed like he's going to be just kind of a thug at first, but then you realize, oh, he's actually kind of a fancy boy. He's like a rich or kind of a rich guy, and I like the kind of play between him and Jean-Claude characters because they're like total opposites. Where Jean-Claude's like this average working guy, like hillbilly type, against this smarmy prep school slimy guy. But yeah, I love the conversation they have before, when they're doing the wall thing, and their little banter they have before they start shooting at each other. And how did he die? He died really cool, but I can't remember what exactly it was.
Jean-Claude slid under the table and shot upwards.
Oh yeah.
As one does.
Word the adversary.
Do you remember the name of the character, Brooks?
No, I can't remember the character's name or the
Pick
actor's
Van
name.
Cleef.
Oh yeah, Van Cleef, yeah, because it was like Lee Van Cleef.
Yeah, it's a reference to Lee Van Cleef, absolutely, 100%. Dude, he was great, man. And of course, he was Imhotep in the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies, but don't forget, he's also Darkman. So Liam Neeson only did one Darkman, and then he became Darkman. So he was the Val Kilmer of the Darkman franchise. What about you, Mark?
Darkmans? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they're not very good. And there's a connection there because Sam Raimi was a producer on this film.
Yeah, I know.
I noticed that. Got in because they were unsure if John Woo would be capable of making the movie because of he didn't really know a lot of English at the time. So they brought in Sam Raimi to kind of keep an eye on him. And if John Woo wasn't going to be able to finish or complete the movie, Sam Raimi was going to step in. But Sam always had full faith in John Woo. Speaking of full faith, Jelani's here. What's up, man?
My bad. I overslept. How y'all doing? I'm oversleeping. I guess my alarm didn't go off, so I was like, "Oh, I'll take a quick nap. It'll be fine." And then I woke up and I was, "Oh my god, the show!" So
we're just getting started, man. Just getting started.
Target. Yes.
All right, we're gonna finish going through our characters real quick. I brought up Lance Hendrickson. Brooks brought up Imhotep. And now, what about you, Mark? What's a performance you want to highlight since I stole Lance from you?
I know, I was going to go with Lance. I will shout out Yancy Butler as my second choice, mainly because she one day becomes Witchblade.
It's true.
So, however, I thought she, I don't know, it was characterization was quite thin on the ground, but she was pretty, and she's actually what drove the plot forward. Without her, there's kind of no movie. So I think she should get a shout out. If she didn't go and recruit Jean-Claude Van Damme, there's no kind of hunt for these psychopaths. But I think Brooks is right. The villains are the ones who stole the show on this movie. I think Jean-Claude just played Jean-Claude. But however, our villains were the ones that stole the show. But without Yancey's character, we've not got the drive and determination of trying to hunt these people down. The police were useless. They said go find some, pan some pictures out, whatever it was. She did, and then she found Clancy's character, and yeah, that was kind of how we get the film. Is because of her. So I think she should get a shout out for her drive and being adorable. To be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. She's got very expressive eyes, man.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of moments where they're just like, she's just like just staring. What about you, Fable? What's her performance? Oh, go ahead.
There's a scene, actually, before I move on, there's a scene where the snake is next to her, and you just, her eyes, like, are so expressive.
Yeah.
Where he's saving her. Yeah, it's really good.
What she was really doing was they were filming her reading that scene in the script. And she was like, you really, Jean-Claude, is really just going to punch the fuck out of this snake and knock him out? Speaking of punching snakes, what about you, Fable? What's a performance to highlight? The snake?
Well, that was what I was going to pick. Actually, I was having a hard time picking between Jean-Claude's mullet or the snake. Like, they both shined in this movie. But you know what? They were only in it for a short amount of time, so I'm gonna go with the old uncle. I forgot his name.
Wilford Brimley.
Yeah, the old moonshine guy that knows how to ride a horse and shoot arrows. That dude. Everybody needs an uncle like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you're getting chased. I'll blow up my fucking house. Who the fuck cares? Like, just blow up the house. Like, you know what? What are uncles for if they're not for, sacrificing their homes and and taking the girl you're trying to take out of danger into danger? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy he's a class act. His accent was pretty good. It was pretty good. I think he did a good French accent. So I'm gonna pick the old moonshine uncle dude that lives in the fucking bayou, that shoots arrows and rides horses. That guy, man.
Yeah, the spokesperson for diabetes.
Diabetes.
He's not usually in roles like this, and it's told that he just ate all that shit up, and he was just so exuberantly enthusiastic to do a movie like this. And the only thing that upsets that guy, that whole character in the entire movie, is when his flask gets fucking destroyed.
That's bad.
Did he play the Postmaster General in Seinfeld?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I remember he's in Cocoon. I remember that. Because the meme that goes around is pointing out that he's only in his 40s or something in Cocoon, or his late 30s.
That's amazing. That's another credit under his belt, that he has such a thick Southern accent, but yeah, he pulls off that French accent. He sounds just like Jean-Claude's uncle, So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just like him, man. All right, Jelani, what about you? What do you think about the movie overall? What's your history with it, if any? And what's a character you want to highlight?
Okay, going back to Wilford Brimley real quick. Wilford Brimley, like that man is awesome. I don't care what anyone says, because when he was doing the diabetes commercials, the first one he did, he was on a horse. And he's talking about, you can live your life anytime you want to.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, he's awesome, dude.
Bro, I love him. Like, and Creole is such it's not a definitive language. It's a mixture of so many things. So he could say whatever came out of his mouth, and it would be perfect. And it would work with Jean-Claude Van Damme, because he's going to have an accent no matter what you give him. So
that very authentic Cajun accent.
That Cajun accent is
Chase, what, Bordeaux or something?
Yeah, Chance Bordeaux.
Chance.
Chance Bordeaux.
This might be the most incoherent I've ever heard Jean-Claude Van Damme, though. To be honest with you, I was thinking like
he's still French. He's still got that French going on. He's still got that Creole.
Yeah, like either that or John Woo was like, "Fuck it, we'll stick with that take. We don't have to do
that." Yeah, we'll just let it go. It's fine. But I've never seen this movie before. This is the first time I've seen it. I love Jean-Claude Van Damme, but like there was a period of time where I was laughing at Jean-Claude Van Damme. I was like, nah, bruh, I won't watch these. And this was like years ago. This was like 93, so I didn't really care to talk about him or do anything because I was like in middle school. I was starting high school. I didn't care about Jean-Claude Van Damme. So I didn't see Hard Target. Didn't watch it. Didn't know anything about it. So this is my first watch. And on the first watch, dear Lord God, it's not a good movie, but it's not a bad movie.
I said the same exact line, dude.
Yeah. It's not good. Like, you watch it and you're like, bruh, this is bad. And there are doves everywhere, like I thought. Like, I knew it'd be some John Woo tropes, and the doves are everywhere. And I was like, oh God, that's a thing? You know, he's jumping in that warehouse and the doves are coming up behind him. And I'm like, oh, bruh, I know that style of structure, but dear Lord God, it's like, it sticks in my head. I'm like, oh, that's John Woo. That's how John Woo works. I'm as far as a character, I will pick Chance. I can't believe no one picked Jean-Claude Van Damme so far, but yeah,
we were waiting for you.
Oh, sounds fair. Sounds fair. Jean-Claude Van Damme in that mullet, that mullet is like, bruh, that's some jail. He got a whole situation with that jail.
This might be his sexiest look, though. To be honest,
yeah,
I don't know if it's out of here or
well, he didn't take he didn't take his shirt off. No, he took his shirt off for
but like, you know, he had the 5 o'clock shadow going on. You know, he was looking rough.
He wasn't ripped. He was wearing jeans the whole time. Nah, this ain't his sexy look. No, this ain't it. He was doing very minimal in this thing. It's just one of it's so his performance, like this movie, is generic. It's very basic. Like, this is basic Jean-Claude Van Damme. This is like low level, not blood sport Jean-Claude Van Damme. Hell, I think this might be like a little bit under Cyborg for how much participation he has in a movie.
Cyborg's a goddamn American masterpiece.
Apparently it is. Apparently. The one I missed, I was not there, so I can't tell you. But bruh, this is a very special movie. Now, I love me. So I will mention one more thing: Yancy Butler and her eyes. Her eyes are a whole damn character. That like y'all were talking
Jesus
about.
Eyes, man.
She is. Her eyes, her face is gorgeous. Like, she is gorgeous. But then she starts talking and she sounds like a dude. And I'm like, hey y'all, we need to get some help. Hey, Chance, I need some help. My daddy about to die. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, God dang, shut up, girl.
Anybody got a Newport?
Let me see your eyes. She like that other lady that's like, she's like Indian or she's from a different country or something. But she is like, she eats the cigarettes.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Cigarettes.
I know what you're talking about.
And the cigarettes are distant good. I'm like, bruh, don't talk.
There's that actress who was on.
She was in Star Trek, the third one.
There was an actress on Chicago PD who was on.
I love to eat the cigarettes.
Oh, I know. Like, there's an actress with a similar voice.
She's kind of older.
Yeah, she's older.
Pretty eyes too. She was in The Expanse, of that TV show, The Expanse. I can't remember her name. I don't know, but she chews up them cigarettes, man, bruh. But yeah, it's as long as Yancy Butler ain't talking, she looks great.
Jelani is an actress, Sophia Bush, who's got a voice like that as well. Like,
sure, yeah.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's so delicious and good when I eat my tar. Menthol's my favorite. But yeah, it's a movie. It's a movie with things going on. Oh, thanks.
All right, let's get into the style and structure. I think the style is I think the style is the best part of the movie, right? Like, it looks fine. It's competently shot. But it's the action set pieces. Those action sequences are pretty freaking cool, especially like the warehouse shootout at the end in particular. It's big, it's explosive, there's all kinds of things going on, multiple things going on in the same frame. It's very similar to some of his Hong Kong work, but a little bit different, right? A little bit more, I guess, Americanized, right? And apparently he always had trouble with Hollywood studios trying to rein in some of the violence in particular. And this movie got cut. Like the UK and the European release was like a 3 minutes longer than the US cut, but I think it's mostly been restored. But there's an alleged, well, not an alleged, there's a director's cut or at least a work print of it out there that's almost 2 hours long. And so apparently there's some more gnarly scenes in there, but for the most part, it's just cut scenes and stuff like that. But I think the style is where it works, like the explosives and all that shit. However, all the wooisms are there. We've talked about this. The slow motion. Now, looking back on it, in 1993, you don't get a lot of like slow-mo in these action movies where you can actually see like the slow motion dive or Jean-Claude Van Damme like do like his like split kick or whatever, like in slow motion and shit like that. I'm sure that was cool at the time. God damn it, man. I'm watching this movie and I'm like, really? We're doing slow motion on a slow scene at times is what it felt like, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, Zack Snyder creams his pants watching this fucking movie. You know, I mean, the slow-mo kind of threw me off a little bit, but it is, and the structure of the story is fine. Like, it didn't feel too long or nothing like that. Pace was decent enough, except for most of the movie is just them trying to figure out what's going on. And we as the audience already know what's going on. So it's kind of boring at times. It's also got this imbalance where, and I think for the movies, I think it's a positive for the movie, but there's an imbalance where there's way more of the villains than there are like the heroes, and that's probably for the best, right? In fact, Jean-Claude Van Damme doesn't really say a lot in this movie. He's not really, he almost doesn't even feel like the main character. But the story itself is dumb as shit. Like on paper, it sounds fine. There's these fucking elitist guys who pay to hunt. It's hostile, right? But out there in the open, right? It's the most dangerous game. It's inspired by that, right? But man, it's just the way they layer it in. And then they're having us believe, I guess the idea is not that Chance is homeless, but that was or on the verge of homeless. And I'm like, bruh, he has way too much hair product to be that down on his fucking luck. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The story is really...
Just reaches in a crawdad barrel and just slicks it down with that crawdad grease.
The story is really, really bad, but I do like some of the action sequences. What about you, Brooks? What do you think about the style and structure?
Well, the style, like, you know, I like John Woo's style. But like this one, it feels kind of like a little more subdued version of that. But it's like, it seems like a very typical 90s action movie, which is not necessarily a bad thing, you know. I think at the time it probably would have felt like, you know, like more of a thing, like, you know, it wouldn't have seemed that way. But, you know, looking back at it in retrospect and, you know, having watched a lot of 90s action movies, you know, it does feel very much in the formula of those. And it's like, you know, the silliness is like, you know, I can overlook that, you know, that the fact that the villains are ridiculous. They just kill people out in the middle of, in broad daylight. Like, they're just, it's comical how like ridiculously evil they are. But, you know, I feel like, you know, it does kind of fall into, like, it makes them a little less interesting, you know, like, you know, you get to see the villains a lot, but like, you don't get a whole lot of like development for them. It's like, you know, it's just them being evil. It's like it's like they feel like a Walker Texas Ranger villains, I guess. Which is like, you know, I love my Walker Texas Ranger villains because you love watching them get their comeuppance. But I think they could have given a little more, you know. They could have dived into the motivations of these villains a little more. And like, you know, the heroes too do feel a little bit flat. You know, Jean-Claude, he is like, you know, he's cool and he's badass, but like, you know, he doesn't feel like especially cool or badass in this movie. Like, you know, he just feels like, you know, just your kind of typical guy. But yeah, other than that, it's all right. You know, it's I've got a lot of problems with it, but you know, it does. It clips along at a pretty decent pace. I think it doesn't get too slow. You know, it keeps the action going. But you know, that's just how 90s action movies are. You know, like, you know, you don't get you got to turn your brain off a little bit to enjoy it in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Mark? What do you think?
Do you know what, when I watched it, it said on the version I watched, it said international version. So I don't know whether or not, because you said about different versions. Mine was an hour and a half long, so I don't know if it was a different cut or anything. But I actually did look it up that there was issues with the rating as well. So I agree with you. Fable, you made that joke earlier about about the accent. Let's quit, let's go. I actually did Google it. They filmed this movie in 74 days, so they probably didn't have time for him to repeat his lines.
I just think John Woo didn't know whether it was bad or good since he didn't know English too well. It was like, fuck it, it sounds right.
He's like, it's just gonna be dubbed anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I just think that they probably had a tight time schedule. Okay, so pacing of the movie, I think it's quite different from. So yeah, I said this earlier about putting your 90s hat on. This isn't stereotypical complete 90s in terms of it's not. There's breathable moments in there. I think the characterization is completely thin on the ground for everybody, but they tried to add little bits here and there. I think they do try to imply Chance is a bit of a down in your luck person because they tried to drive a couple of things there about. When she said pay $100 a day, he said something like, I want $207 or something. So I assume it was like, I can't remember now, but he obviously needed the money. And when she was like, oh, you drive, he's like, oh, I can't drive. And I felt like we're not getting to really know him, but we're kind of just trying to push that he's sort of a bit of a down on your luck person. And maybe that mullet was just that he just couldn't pay for a haircut. So I felt like they were just doing obvious things rather than...
This is my natural hair.
Yeah.
I just felt
John, and that grows this way.
I just felt like some of those moments were just trying to just push it in the audience's face, just to say, like, we're not going to have him do a deeper meaningful. We're just going to just do a couple of little bits. The set pieces, the bike scene and all the rest of it, you can see it even influences on himself later on, like Mission Impossible 2. He clearly loves a bike scene and rips from himself. And you can see where other people have taken creative vision from him, like the Wachowskis and even I think Tarantino pulled bits from his work. So whilst this may not be perfect, you can see that he influences himself as well as other people. It's not a great movie. I don't say I would love it, but I think I can admire the work that's been put into this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. What about you, Fable? What you think about the style and structure, my dog?
Oh well, John Woo loves his three things, man. He loves a good panning shot. He loves a good pigeon. And he loves the fucking slow-mo. Which in his Asian movies, he uses it to great effect. But in this movie, I gotta agree with you, Robbie. There were times where he was using that slow-mo for no fucking it was like, what the fuck? Like when he's going to get the job and she's leaving the place and the gate opens and he's standing behind the gate and it's slow motion. I'm like, for what? Why do we have to do that? Yeah, this movie, in my opinion, is terribly shot. This thing looks like a television episode. I'm glad you said Texas Walker, because that's exactly what this looks like to me. It's some sort of CBS hour-long action drama. And when it gets to the action scenes, I guess he's trying some stuff, but they just don't land for me. You know what I'm saying? Like when he's doing that, he comes down on some fucking crane. Did you see that stupid shit when he came down on some crane in the factory? That was so fucking stupid. Like, but I guess he was like, they were gonna love this. This looks cool as shit, and it doesn't look cool as shit.
He loves birds.
And that's the birds. Listen, I love the birds. I love that's his signature. But like when he's in the house and he's trying to make a decision, and the bird flies in, and then he's like, "Yeah." Like the bird made the decision.
I shall become a bat.
Not bad.
It's like
yes.
It's like I said, man. His style is it's a good style. I love his style, but it just doesn't It clashes with this stupid ass script. It clashes with the kind of action star that Jean-Claude is. And I agree with you, Mark. He loves to homage himself. Like, you know what I mean? He can't he can't evolve past a certain thing. You know, like if he's got the doves, he had the doves in fucking Hard Boiled. He had the doves in goddamn um um Better Tomorrow and fucking Hard Boiled and The Killer. And
Those
it's
are
like,
good though.
but
Those
that's
are
what I'm trying
really
to say because
good.
he used them at the right time. And I also think like maybe he was used to a certain technology because in Hong Kong, I'm not riffing on their technology or whatever, but Hollywood was probably way ahead. You know what I mean? And he just brought that same kind of maybe run and gun style that he was used to in Hong Kong. The cheap filmmaking, low budget kind of thing, which totally upgraded by Face Off, right? Face Off was like 6 years later. Face Off looks way sleeker than this
It's
movie.
way better than this.
Yeah, way sleeker than this movie. So
Mhm.
maybe that has something to do with it, but yeah, and structure wise, I found the first half incredibly boring. I felt it was incredibly draggy, and then when the action picks up, that's when I started having a good time. Even though it was dumb and silly and everything, I was just like, okay, because like I said, I love a good two-gun fight, and you know what I mean. I just love that kind of sliding up, throws the grenade, fucking grenade blows him across the room. He slides under the table, shoots the guy. I love that kind of shit. The wall shit, like Brooks was saying. So they're both loading their guns.
Yeah.
That kind of shit is cool, but yeah, no. I think style and structure are mid to below mid.
All right. Dynamite wants to know who chose this one. Well, this was the winner of the PCP Actionfest audience poll, so y'all chose it. You have no one to blame but yourself.
We should have done JCVD.
What about you, Jelani? What do you think about the style and structure on this one?
Oh God. Style. I mean, it's stylish enough. I will say this though. I have to point this out. Jean-Claude Van Damme should have been dead in the first like 30 minutes of this movie. At the very first fight scene, I think he should have died. The one where like Yancey Butler is going to her car and the four guys come up and like one of them has a knife and like hits Yancey Butler and he's like, oh, and I forgot what he said, but he came in and
Well, he
he started.
unholsters his kicking leg. He
Yeah,
pulls
he
his
just
jacket
started
back and it's like
kicking
his
and
legs
like
and
he
like,
instead of showing a
I'm
weapon,
fucking
he
not
shows his
fool.
leg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he shows his leg. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna kick you now.
Like
And
Mike
like, yeah,
versus Jean-Claude's leg. Jean-Claude's
yeah,
leg's gonna win every time, bro.
that's
You
right,
know
bro.
it.
I mean, you ain't wrong, but it's Jean-Claude Van Damme, sure. But in real life, he been dead. He got he got beat up by four dudes and got his ass kicked and killed. And Yancey Butler would have got attacked and they took her purse and everything. It would have been just like that. Because there were no cops on strike, which by the way, fuck the police. I haven't said it in a long time. Fuck, fuck the police. But the police didn't do shit in this movie.
There's only one cop in the whole fucking
There's
town.
only one. Well, it was a police strike. They see that's how John Woo got around it. There was a police strike, and they were striking, so there were no police on the streets of New Orleans, which isn't resolved. Jean-Claude Van Damme doesn't get on the boat for his merchant marine, so he didn't get his $217 to pay his union dues to get on the boat. They don't explain none of that shit. It's just over at the end of the warehouse. The warehouse scene is so stupid and nonsensical. Jean-Claude, the motorcycle scene where they're riding with Yancey Butler on the back, she should have died because all the bullets that were flying at the back of her head, she should have died first. She was basically human.
Yet that one lady cop gets shot one time and she's gone. She's dead.
No, she got shot twice. She got
Oh,
shotgun blast shot. And then she gets shot again. And I'm like, damn, and they killing black folks right and left. I'm mad as fuck. The scene where the black dude gets killed and like he's trying to get help. He is visibly shot and bleeding, and everybody like, I ain't got no change. And that's Tim Raimi in the shot, and he's like, I ain't got no change. And I'm like, bruh, he's
fucked up.
Y'all messed up, man. I mean, I would help him no way because he's homeless, but I'm still like, I'm like, hell no. I ain't getting your drama because I get killed too. I knew something was like, if I seen a bleeding homeless person coming at me, I'm like, bruh, yeah, I don't got no change. And keep walking. But that'll go to my themes later. But it's just horrible how he dies. Like, it's a saddening shot because he's in the middle of like the freaking French Quarter, and there are tons of people around, and it's still cool for these 58 damn mercenaries to come up on the street when they just killed a guy. They killed a guy at the beginning of the movie and faked his death with a fire, and their asses are coming out in the middle of the street to kill him with witnesses. And by the way, they shot people. So I'm pretty sure, like, not only that black dude got shot, I saw some people fall. So I'm pretty sure they killed some people. And none of them are caught. None of them. Nobody.
Well, the police are on strike, Jelani.
Yeah, true, but they're still
They killed the one cop.
Yeah, they killed the one cop.
One cop.
We could drive helicopters through the bio and just
they drove helicopters.
An interesting thing to do, right, would be actually to have it where the police or elements of the police are like allowing this to happen. Because they even mention like, like those, you kill for the government with impunity, soldiers, cops, and like you get the sense that they're like former soldiers and cops and shit like that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the coroner, but they didn't have like the rest of the police force, like anybody working with them. But even then, like,
it sounds like now it's starting to sound more like the plot of a Police Academy movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's
I mean, you didn't even hear sirens.
Nothing.
Nothing. You don't have to have the fucking
They
cops
explained
there,
it off a little bit, but it's not enough for me to know. I mean, to know that, hey, there probably needs to be some cops on the street. Somebody needs to be here to say something. So it's little stuff like that. Jean-Claude should have been dead like 80 times in this movie. And like he just, his plot armor is so thick. It's like the bullets like fly away from him. It's nonsensical how much he survives stuff. It's surprising how much. Yeah,
it moves so fast you can't see it. Like the little tendrils of his mullet just whip out.
And those bullets were like the most freaking explosive bullets ever in life.
Ever.
Like, everything was
everything exploded.
Burning. Everything was.
They took out a motorcycle, took out a SUV, and the explosion is enough to blow up the sun. It was it's so much power. It's like, Jesus, calm down. And like Wilford Brimley was making me mad like most of this movie. Like, my nephew comes to my house. First thing I want to do is blow up my house. That's the first thing I do. Second thing I do is get Yancy Butler. She wants to go get the sheriff. And I go get the sheriff. And then next thing you know, they running into the danger. I'm like, y'all, bro, I think Jean-Claude could have handled it. I really think Jean-Claude could have handled all of it without them. Like, they were there. They helped kill some people. Even Yancy Butler was popping people in the balls. And like, oh yeah, and all these damn downward shots. Bruh, there's a headshot. There's the, right there. That's the kill shot. Y'all, she hit him in the gut and the balls. Pop, pop, pop. I'm like, damn. Do they need to go like that? The stomach wound is the quickest wound. I mean, Reservoir Dogs proves that a stomach bullet wound lasts a long time and is very painful, especially when you get shot in the balls on top of getting shot in the stomach. That's an awful way to die. But I just, headshots. Pop, 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 John Woo. Pop, pop, pop. So structurally, it's easy. It's an hour and 30 minutes. It gets out of there. It's in and out. I do want to say the last thing, that this is still 1993. Jurassic Park was made in 1993. Last Action Hero was made in 1993. Demolition fucking Man is made in 1993. All three of the movies I just mentioned are way better than this one.
Our next Actionfest movie was made in 1993.
Yeah. That's
true.
This is when we started it.
And has a John Woo reference in it. That was
all the kick explosions.
All right.
So that's it.
Let's talk about the music. The music is done by Grammy Revell, and he has done a lot of work that's pretty popular. Some really good films, including Child's
Chronicles
Play
of Riddick.
2, People Under the Stairs, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Body of Evidence, Hard Target, of course, The Crow, Street Fighter, Tank Girl, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the 95 movie, From Dusk Till Dawn, Strange Days, The Saint, Suicide Kings, The Negotiator, Bride of Chucky, Idle Hands, Bats, Titan AE, lots of stuff. Collateral Damage, The Fog, the remake. Oh, fuck that movie. Aeon
Chronicles of
Flux, the
Riddick?
live action.
Yeah, the Chronicles of Riddick.
Pineapple Express. Who cares about the Chronicles of Riddick? Whatever.
America.
Anyway, he's done some
1,000
good.
people do.
He's done some. He's done some good scores, and the score in this movie's not too bad. Like the orchestral action movie bits are very, very standard. They're just very by the numbers. But he does have that and I guess Kodo is maybe the guitar player or whatever that does the music with him. But like that kind of southern twangy. I guess it's supposed to be like New Orleans. I don't know. I'm not from New Orleans, so it sounded to me just like some country twangy music. But I kind of liked it. And there's even a track on the soundtrack called Street Fightin' Van Damme, which I thought was pretty funny. What about you, Brooks? What do you think about the music in the film?
I liked it. It felt kind of, also a little bit standard 90s action music. It felt kind of, to me, it sounded a little bit like the Lethal Weapon soundtrack, but instead of, the saxophone, you get that blues guitar instead.
It was like he was trying to do a Michael Kamen.
Exceptional. Yeah. But, it was good. It was good enough, I think. I think it fit the movie, It definitely captured the mood that they were trying to portray in the movie. So, mission accomplished.
It should have had some ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Yeah. What about you, Mark? What do you think about the music in the film?
Yeah, I looked all that up as well, actually. I was quite impressed with the body of work that he's got, to be honest. I know we made a joke about Chronicles of Riddick, but seeing how far back he goes and how well connected he is, it kind of gives you comfort that somebody with that body of work would know how to fit music to action sequences as well as the quieter moments. So I don't think it's got anything in this that's maybe like as iconic as, the Terminator riff or whatever, but this is definitely 90s music, and I felt it just fitted the sort of the octane moments as well as the quiet moments, and you can hear some synth stuff, and I thought it was all right. There's nothing more I can say, really.
Hell yeah. What about you, Fable?
Well, Chronicles of Riddick, whatever you say, that had a banger of a soundtrack, actually. But this one, I just felt it was the same fucking riff for everything. It was like,
is that what Walker Texas Ranger sounds like, Brooks?
Yeah, it really does.
Sometimes.
Oh, forgettable. Nothing jumps out at me. Which doesn't mean it's bad. It just, like you guys said, it's serviceable. That's it. That's all I had.
What about you, Jelani?
Generic as fuck.
Yeah.
This movie, I would listen to the music because, we're supposed to listen to music here at Pop Culture Philosophers. But the music is just boring. It's there. Like, it's stuff happening. And then the motorcycle scene, dun, 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 dun. And I'm like, yeah, I've heard this, but better. Yeah, Chronicles of Riddick did it better. Like most things Chronicles of Riddick did. It's just one of those things where it was like, wow, this is awesome. But I was listening to it the entire time, and I was so very mad that it was this mid. It was just so nothing. It was why do we need music here? We need music here, but it needs to be better. And then at the end, as far as the soundtrack, turn in the bag, yeah. Turn in the bag. Yeah, I hate that song. I don't know why I hate that song. Going to a cornfield. I forgot who sang that damn song. I'm mad at it. I hate it so much. And it's so. It didn't have Los Angeles. It didn't have New Orleans flavor. You couldn't Like it should be if it's music from there. Hell, they should at least had a funeral where they had the people dancing in the funeral holding the coffin.
Well,
You could have had that scene in the movie.
had
And then
the
it's
opening
like
scene
John Woo
from
was just like, it's New Orleans. Let's just do some stuff. It's
Sounds
Sounds
had
like
the
an
random
American thing.
live or let die bit, right? Where there's like
Yes.
fighting in the middle of a funeral.
Yes.
I will say this though, the composer is from New Zealand, so I bet he was all like, New Orleans, where's that at? Looks at a globe, he goes, American South.
Yeah.
And at this point, I guess he has to go to the library and find American Southern music.
That's all it is. It's pretty
We
bad.
love their banjo down there.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, the banjo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slide
got it.
guitar. That's the
Oh, look at some down. I hate this song. I hate this song. I don't know why. Oh, yes, yeah, thank you, Dynamite. Yes, that is Creed's
CCR,
Clearwater
yeah.
Revival. Yeah,
Good.
I can't hate that song. I'm sorry, I do. I hate it. There, I'm done.
All right, this movie's got some themes that I think it's trying. Like I said, I think Van Damme, and I think who's the fucking writer of this movie? The writer of this movie is Chuck Farrer. That sounds like a fucking fake person. That doesn't even sound like a real person.
It's a pen name.
As a screenwriter, he has worked on, oh my god, Hard Target, Barbed Wire, Darkman, and Navy SEALs.
Oh,
That
shit.
explains the fucking lot.
That's a lot. Damn. That's a
That
lot.
explains
Ooh,
Navy
Navy
SEAls. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Uncredited writer on Sudden Impact and Arlington Road. Wrote early
Uncredited
drafts
one.
for Shooter and the Green Hornet. Yeah, that we've explained
Crazy.
a lot, brother.
Wow.
He lucked out with Darkman.
Yep.
There's a lot of Sam Raimi connections in this movie, which obviously makes sense. But this movie's trying to say some stuff. What about? And I'm sure Chuck Farrer thought he was going to change some fucking lives with this fucking one. What about you, Brooks? What stands out to you? What's this movie speaking to you?
Well, like I was saying, like I think this movie is about he's trying to kind of use the idea of like homelessness and like in a way up this idea that we live in money is necessary to survive, and yet we don't have the necessary steps for people to be able to like to pull themselves up out of poverty, like what's like, and like the further you are in poverty, the harder it is to get out of it, and the harder it is, the more desperate you kind of like bottom players, these like elite parasite types like Lance Henriksen's guys can take advantage of that, because not only are you like so poor that society doesn't seem to care as much about you, like you can get around the cops and stuff like that, but like you're desperate enough to agree to this like ridiculous hunt to be hunted. Also like they know they're men too, so they have their pride, it's like they play on that too, like this idea like, oh man, yeah, I can do it, I was in the fucking army, yeah, of course I can run away from a bunch of douchebags on motorcycles with guns. But it's also like the character of the main girl's like the idea that he never reached out to her, like he never tried to like ask for help, because that's part of the trap too. The poverty trap is like a lot of us are too proud to ask for help when we actually do need it, and we need something better, or this kind of thing is just going to be like these guys willing to like capitalize on people's misery and like use it for their own ends. So yeah, it's like we need to like, I guess we need an actual ladder and not just a fake ladder when it comes in being able to work yourself up.
Hell yeah, man. You just gave Chuck Farrer the biggest fucking heart on in his life, man. Criterion's calling, man.
You and Joe Corallo were trying to figure out Fateful Findings just now. That made
Fateful Findings is a fucking brilliant movie.
Yes, it is.
Well said, Brooks. What about you, Mark? What's this movie saying to you?
Do you know what, Brooks? Honestly, putting that together from this movie, that's probably the best part about this movie, was that little bit there. That you know what, they should record that, and you should put that when you re-show this, you should play what Brooks said.
They should use us as the movie commentary on the next Blu-ray release. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with something nowhere near as heartfelt as what Brooks just said. It's a common movie trope. I'm gonna go with Justice Beyond the Law. You know, the system isn't working for Yancey's character, and you know they find the lone Texas Ranger type character who doesn't care about the legal system, and it's going outside the legal system to get what you need. And how many times has that happened for so many of us, that the legal system doesn't want to help and support many people. And actually, to be honest, this does kind of link now a little bit with Brooks's thing. When people don't have the maybe the financial resources, they have to get somebody like that. Although, and then when you do have the financial resources, you could probably get 30 of those people. So
Yeah,
justice beyond the law.
absolutely. Well put, man. I like that. What about you, Fable?
I mean, I think it's obviously about the homeless epidemic. I think it's like so obvious, and they fucking ham-fisted with showing shots of homeless people, just face shots of them randomly through the movie for no reason. But I'm just gonna say, I'll add that it's about how the elite or how the powerful treat our servicemen. You know what I mean? Like all of these guys were ex-military, and they're just good to be soldiers. You know, they're just good to be playthings or toys or chess pieces or whatever it is. They're not well respected, and they're allowed to be. They're so easily dismissed, and they're allowed to be in these situations quite easily. You know, with nobody really looking the other, everybody's looking the other way, like the guy who died during Mardi Gras or whatever, and then help me out, and everybody's just turning a blind eye. So, I'll take that out of it, even though I don't think that's what he was doing. I do think it's the homeless thing, but we'll add the servicemen thing and how our country treats them.
Well, that's 100% there, right? Because that is, a lot of war vets, especially, make up a lot of the homeless community, right? And there's a reason for
And
that.
apparently there are plenty of them for them to recruit.
Yeah.
Because they've been doing this for a while, it seems.
Yeah, and people turn a blind eye to it, man. That's definitely there. What about you, Jelani? What's this movie speaking to you profoundly? So
Yeah, all of you are nailing it pretty much. Brooks nailed it the best. That's kind of what I was gonna go with in some form or fashion, but Brooks nailed it perfectly. You all had a great part in that as well. It's about forgotten people and how there's a secret midnight nation, a society, if you will, of people that are completely forgotten and disposable. This movie could have honestly touched on that. It's you ain't wrong, Jay, but it's it was perfect for this moment. It's the most dangerous game. This movie is the most dangerous game, but they it's such a generic way to pose it. Like you get homeless people, you get them at their lowest, and they have no family, no one that will find them, no one that will ever really appreciate who they are. And they should have, I don't know, they should have put Jean-Claude Van Damme in that role, like in that game where he was being hunted. He was being hunted, but that was after he started to discover. Which, by the way, why the fuck is Jean-Claude Van Damme like working with the police?
Yeah. Come on, let's go. Yeah, let's go together.
Yeah, he's like taking the files home.
I have your evidence right here.
I've got the evidence, holding it in my hand, not putting it in a freaking bag because I'm not a cop. And I'm like, oh my god.
The cops were on strike, so we had to step up, bro.
Right.
There you go.
It's all explained. This is a multi-layered fucking movie. It's like a goddamn onion.
Yeah.
It's not. It's terrible. It's like they had concepts. Mr. Farr, you did a terrible job at fleshing this out. You're an awful writer, sir. I'm sorry. You did Navy SEALs, bruh. You did Navy SEALs. So it's about forgotten people. Also, he forgot about his characters in this movie. So he didn't really. I mean, he made over the top mustache twirling villains, and they're basically the main character of this. Even Lance Hendrickson playing the piano, that could have been a good scene, but it was still kind of ruined by the fact it's Lance Hendrickson playing a piano.
Right? That's what I'm telling you, man.
It's so ham-fisted and wrong. There's so much. that I'm mad about in this movie. Y'all touched on the themes. I'm just waxing lackadaisical about how poor this movie is to what it could be. Like, this movie got potential, like real potential, to get the homelessness aspect out, to show that Chance is homeless. It would have been nice to see him
homeless and
struggling
hunted.
and homeless and
Yeah.
I punched this one guy so I can't get union jobs no more and I ain't paid my dues. Bruh, I need this. How you getting clothes? Where you staying? Why is there no chemistry between you and Yancey Butler?
None.
There's
not
nothing,
a fucking drop, dude.
Where's the sex scene too? Damn it!
It was cut out. The implied sex scene was cut out.
The sax, the implied sax that shows that the insertion. Yeah, they don't even have that shit. So it's awful. And the closest you get is the snake scene. Do you trust me? Close your eyes. And I'm like,
that was the dumbest shit in this entire movie.
Shit.
Bites the fucking rattler off. At first, I thought I was like, "He's just gonna eat this motherfucking snake." It's not a gummy worm.
I laughed my ass off. I looked at my wife. I was like, "Oh my god,
it's so bad."
She covered her face.
It's so bad. There's so many things. This is going back to style and structure. I'm mixing theme with style and structure. It's just, oh my god.
I got you.
It's so much mess in this, but it's about forgotten people that this Mr. Farr guy didn't write. Yeah, he didn't write them the way he was supposed to. So, sir, I do not give you kudos. I take it all back.
I agree with I agree with what everybody said here. I mean, I think you guys have all hit it on the head. The only thing I will add to it is about the false illusion of power to the elite, right? Like, one thing that stuck out to me in this movie, because I was like, the homeless thing is obvious, the vet thing is kind of obvious, so like, what else is there? I don't think they explicitly say. First of all, I think that these people are supposed to be all wealthy people, right? Like elite, wealthy people, not necessarily former military and shit like that. Some of them, maybe like Lance and those guys, they have some kind of something going on. I don't know. But so it's the false sense of power that the elite feel, right? Like, for instance, they take pride in the fact that these are former war vets or former police officers. Oh, these are people that could... It's like the asshat that goes out there and kills a fucking helpless animal out in its natural habitat, not for any reason other than to have a fucking trophy and take a fucking photo with it, right? But on the level of humans, right, where a lot of us don't think that there's a difference between an animal soul and a human soul, but, majority of people would say a human life is worth more than an animal life. I might disagree, but it depends on the animal. Because if it's a fucking snake, you got to knock that fucker out.
No, you smack him first.
You smack him. You can use him for your Kevin McAllister trap.
Yeah. That's what he did. It just worked so perfectly. But no, like the sense of like entitlement that they have, but at the same time, they're fooling themselves into believing that they're worthy of it. Like we're so good at what we do. See, we're not just hunting down anybody, right? No, old, malnourished fucking war vets. That's who you're hunting down, assholes.
Yeah.
You're not a big man, right?
Feeding them. They should have fed them, give them a week to like think about it and be like, get their lives like where they need to be and train and be like, hey, you about to get hunted like a dog.
Yeah, no shit. Where's your sense of craving the hunter? You know what I mean? Like,
sport. They're like, hey, you're old and decrepit. Come on, bro. Here's $10,000. Make it to the river. Damn. If they had done that shit with Jean-Claude Van Damme and be like, hey, dog, here's $10,000. You need to get to the river. And then that would have been a movie.
He's almost at the river. He's almost there.
Yeah.
What do we do? Oh, Scooby, what do we do?
And he's like, I got to the river. I got to leave. Here's my $10,000. And then blood sported all of them. You know what I'm saying? It's easy.
They should have had homeless dudes in a tournament for that money. And then do blood sport again.
Hunger Games. Hunger
You know,
Games,
I'll
New
be honest with you, I
Orleans.
didn't read what this was about at all. When I
They
saw
was
it,
tripping over $100. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, that's right. When I didn't read anything about what it was about, put it on, see the opening guy, shot, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, this is what this is about. Track, you know, like hard target. And I thought they're going to bring Van Damme in and they're going to try and hunt him down. That's what I thought the story was going to be about. And that would have been far better than what we got here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it turned into that an hour in. Like it
Yeah.
went from being one movie to another.
Yeah, you would have had
hour
Van Damme in action sequences leading it through being hunted instead of just
Yeah.
like
Right.
walking around staring at the fucking camera, posing, you know, fucking
slow
shit like
motion.
that.
Getting
I
it-
found this dog tag.
Yeah.
This is
They should've
evidence he's
killed
mad.
him.
I
Yeah,
can't do a
they
Van
should've
Damme.
killed him
man.
at dog tag. They should have killed him while he was looking for the dog tag. They should have killed him right then. He could die right there. And ain't no cops.
And we're not going to
Go
talk
in.
about how 2 guys beat the shit out of him, and then he killed 20 guys in the end, like nothing.
Right.
Well,
That's
he ate his can
character
of spinach,
development.
man.
Burn on
Powered
the
up.
bayou.
Yeah, man.
Fail-
He got
fail
that
the
bayou
character
power.
development.
Anyway, time to rate this film. You out there in the chat, out of 5 possible you digs, what do you give Hard Target, the movie you chose? What about you, Brooks? Kick us off here on the panel.
Well, like when I first watched this movie, I thought like, it's pretty basic, but like not too terrible. I think I kind of like poisoned myself by 1 or 2 after it. Like the apex of 90s action movies. And so it kind of affected how I felt about the movie a little bit. So yeah, I'd say like for me it lands about in the center. It's a 3. Like, it's not great. It's not a very good movie. I think it needs more polish to it. But it is fun in its own way. It is Jean-Claude with the mullet, Lance Henriksen and Imhotep are good villains. So it's not like a completely worthless action movie, but it just doesn't reach the heights I think like, attached to it would like, make you think like, I think John Woo, I don't think it quite lives up to that hype,
Yeah, for sure. 3 you digs from Brooks. That's fair. Maybe a little bit overly. So what about you, Mark? What do you think?
So before I rate it, one of the last times I came on your show, we reviewed Double Dragon. That review went on for I think about 2 hours. And
honestly, Double Dragon's a way worse film than this one.
Yes,
no, that's what I'm kind of, so, and I'm like, I was looking at it, and we're like just over an hour, and I wondered before we even started with this time rival Double Dragon. So I think this is a really deep, multifaceted, complex story told in a real simple way.
Yes, absolutely.
However, I think it's absolute garbage, written by a really poor writer, and unfortunately, it's going to get a 1 out of 5 from me.
Woo!
1 out of 5. You just got to put your 90s hat on, Mark.
Yeah, well, if I gave it a 90s hat, I'd probably give it a 3. But it doesn't age well in any way, shape, or form. Like, I'm sorry, Van Damme's always been a terrible actor with the odd good movie. But and he gets lucky. Some of his movies, like Time Cop, is one of my favorite movies of all time, and like literally is. I love Time Cop. I must have rewatched that movie
I agree.
times. But there's other movies I've seen him in, and there's other bits and pieces. Look, I love his 2-part Friends episode. Fucking brilliant. Hats off to it. He does humor occasionally well. This movie is really poorly written. It doesn't feel like it's been even put together that well, if I'm honest. And they get lucky with all our deep and meaningful themes that we gave it. So
You're walking a fucking line here, Mark. You said that Jean-Claude Van Damme was a terrible actor. He's the greatest American actor of our generation.
American.
Period.
Hence the joke. What about you, Fable? We got a 3 and a 1 so far. What are you sitting on, Fable?
Well, it probably doesn't help that I watched this and True Romance back to back. Which
one did you watch first?
I watched True Romance first. That was
oh my god,
that was a big mistake. And then I looked up what year they were made. I'm like, this is the same fucking year? No fucking way. Jelani said something that I agree with wholeheartedly. There is potential here. If you're gonna be punching fucking snakes in the face and doing, coming down on cranes and shooting people in the nuts, do that through the whole fucking movie from beginning to end. Let's go balls to the wall with this whole shit, and let's get silly and crazy with it. And I can love it all the more for that. But like you guys said, it looks like this guy was aiming for a theme, was aiming for some sort of message, and he's just not good at delivering that message. It also seems like Jean-Claude is a little uninspired. It feels like this might have been the beginning of his downfall, because I know he's had some problems behind the scenes, and this might have been when all this shit was
They
starting
say he
up.
was very egotistical at this time, for certain.
Yeah. So
at one point, he actually, him and his people did their own cut of the movie because he was offended that Lance Hendrickson was in it more than him.
That makes sense.
I mean, even Lance Hendrickson, man, I love Lance Hendrickson to death, but even he was a little fucking annoying in this movie. When he started roaring at the end, I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's going,
what are you doing in one bullet gun?
Like,
I hate that stupid.
Well, what are you, like, feral and shit? Like, what is going on with you? Are you going to transform? I thought he was going to turn into a monster or something when he started doing that.
A mullet monster.
This is my final form.
It's my final form.
There's no. It's only this planet where you can have a movie produced by Sam Raimi, directed by John Woo, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, and it not be good. Like, how do you fuck that up? Totally mid. I gotta go right down the middle. 2.5, man. I'll give it 2.5, and that's being generous. That's because I like Jean-Claude, because I like John Woo. But yeah, 2.5 for me.
All right, 2.5 from Fable. Jelani, what about you?
Her name is Shoray Ash-Lu. Shoray Ash-Lu. She's the cigarette eating lady. I could not remember her name. I'm butchering it as we speak. But every scene she's in, it's like she took the entire pack of menthols, shoved them in her mouth, then decided to smoke cigarettes. That's Yancey Butler's voice sometimes. This movie is terrible. It is quite awful. It has its moments of like shine, especially that mullet he got going on. Like, he should have that mullet in some more movies just to prove that mullet rocks. Like, he should have had that in Universal Soldier. For some reason, I just think it would have worked really well. This movie has a lot of concepts that, like I said, thank you, Faber, for pointing that out. Yes, it has potential. It has. You could have made this really good, and you chose not to. And John Woo is a new filmmaker to America, and he just took a script and he was like, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to throw some pigeons and doves in it. And this is what I want. 2 guns. And this is the worst part. He didn't even have his most famous trope, which would have been awesome in this movie, is the Mexican standoff. You didn't even have a Mexican standoff in this movie, which I was expecting, because I was like, it's John Woo. So it's slow motion, it's explosions, and Mexican standoffs. I wanted to get those things, and you didn't give them to me. And especially the dumbest scene in this movie to me is everything Jean-Claude Van Damme does on a bike. Him standing on the bike while it's running, shooting at people, and he's not dead yet. And people in SUVs with more bullets than him are coming at him and shooting at him, and he is not dead. And I'm
high-powered assault rifles, man. High power.
And you're alive. You're like, they missed you completely. Bruh, you should be dead. I give this, like Mark, a 1. This is hot garbage. Jean-Claude Van Damme this is his downfall. This starts to be his downfall. I didn't know he made a movie this bad. And shame on the PCP Army for picking this movie in the poll. How dare you, when JCVD exists and y'all picked hard fucking Target? Y'all beginning to wonder. I'm beginning to wonder about y'all, Army. I love y'all, but god dang, I gotta watch you too. I've been watching the Bad Batch for years now. I gotta watch you too. This is a lot of work. Y'all doing a lot of work. I'm watching you. Listen, y'all don't pick JCVD next time, I'm gonna be mad AF. As AF. Y'all didn't pick Tom Cop. Y'all something wrong with y'all. Something wrong with y'all. I need to talk to y'all.
True.
One.
All right. We got a 3, a 1, a 2.5, and a 1. I'm going to agree with Fable and say a 2.5. I hate the story. I do like some of the action. I like all of the action for the most part. It's some of the performances I like, some I don't. It's cheesy. You can put on your 90s hat. You can unplug your brain. You can just fucking watch it and enjoy it for what it is. But out of all the Van Damme movies, and I love me some Van Damme, this is definitely one in the lower tier, right? Like, this wasn't one that I watched. I rented it on Amazon. I didn't go, I got to buy this. I got to add it to my collection. I didn't need to do any of that. No, not at all. So I'm going with a 2.5. So 2.5 for me and Fable, a 1 from Delaney and Mark, and a 3 for Brooks. That's a PCP average for 2.369.
Apparently, this video did really well on VHS on the rentals.
It did well in the theaters. $20 million budget,
like,
$75 million. It was huge in the rentals. This, people, go out there, research it, man. Like, people love this fucking movie. It's crazy. Go watch all the fucking reviewers, the Joe Blows and the Oliver Harpers. They all love this fucking movie. They're all like, oh, this movie's terrible, but it's fun. And I'm like,
this is a lot of people's favorite.
Jean-Claude Van
Damme. Yeah, a lot of
Spilio was supposed to be here, but he wound up, like, I think they had a Disney trip or something, but he told me this was his favorite one. We would have broken his heart if he was here tonight, man.
True, man.
We'd have broken his heart. I see some stuff out there in the chat. Double Team is the Van Damme movie with Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
And then Double Impact is the one where it's him and his twin. We've covered Double Impact, but never Double Team. Double Team was on the poll, but it didn't win.
Yeah, I like Double Team. I like the one with Dennis Rodman.
Of course you do, Mark. You just got to put on your 90s hat, man. All right.
I rented that. I actually rented that from the video shop.
Yeah, me too. I have it on VHS still, man. Not to weird stretch, but I own it on VHS.
I refuse.
It's better than this, by the way. Sorry, just throwing it out.
Bloodsport's the best
in the movie.
Bloodsport is the best.
Not doing it.
What'd you say, Fable?
I said Dennis Rodman in the movie. I was like, not doing it. not wasting the $3. Nope.
All right, this concludes our movie review of Hard Target, the winner of the PCP Army 2025 Actionfest Van Damme poll. We are now at the very end of Actionfest. We got 2 shows left. Kicking off tomorrow, I'll be joining Fable and his crew over at One Collection Down to talk about True Romance. And then next week, here on PCP Movie Night, we wrap up Actionfest with the Terminator franchise. All 6 films reviewed. It's been a fun revisit for me so far. But I've only watched the first 4. I still got 2 more to go. And now I'm just noticing that franchise is off a little bit on that logo, and that's going to bother me. I'm going to have to redo that. Yeah. Anyway, join us next week for Terminator, the franchise, and tomorrow night for True Romance. Brooks, thank you so much for being here. Final thoughts?
I just, me and Dwayne did Go Figure reviews. Have you put up the Shirella video yet?
No, I haven't. I'm sorry. I did not. I put in 2 different things. Let me talk about them, Brooks. I'm sorry. Yes, we do Go Figure reviews. I apologize, Brooks.
Not only did he not put your video out that you've been wanting to do, that you've already done, not only did he then pulls your fucking shit away to promo this.
Sorry, Brooks. I'm taking it. I apologize. We did do a video for Shirella. We did do a video for Shirella's Club Grayskull. It is Brooks's video and Brooks's baby. We did not. I didn't give him a thumbnail for that because I was in a hurry, and then I took a nap.
I need people to know that I'm in the club, man.
You are in kids in Club Grayskull, y'all. It's a good figure. It's Shirella. But we also did the Mr. Terrific and T-Craft. That was the Superman superpowers.
Was Brooks figure on that video?
Brooks is not on that video. I'm kicking him out. I didn't mean to. Like I said, this was something I just threw together. Mr. Terrific and T-Craft from and then we also have 700 subscribers. And Brooks and I thank you. We are doing a giveaway of the Maximum Spider-Man and the Go Lion Blue Lion. We're giving these away. In order to go to the comments either of this video or the Maximum Spider-Man video, put in either hashtag, and you get a chance to win one or the other of these thingies. We Brooks and I appreciate you. We love you. You guys are great. Thank you for the support. And go figure and shit. And Brooks, you go ahead and say what you were gonna say. I apologize. I didn't mean to. It just happened.
Chance. She took one on me. You fucker. You disappoint me.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll let people know that I'm in the club later, I guess.
Club Grayskull, damn it. He's in Club Grayskull. Respect.
All right.
$9.99.
Well, thank you, Brooks and Jelani, for being here. Everybody go check out Go Figure Reviews and check out the contest video. Mark, thank you for being here. Final thoughts.
Yeah, appreciate it. Like, I know time difference and all, but I love coming on. And it's not actually that late now. It's only 3:30 in the morning. So
nice.
But that is why I wanted to come on next week and do the Terminator one, but I had fears that it might go on like double the length of this episode.
Oh, I'm certain it will.
Oh yeah, that's why I thought I can't be finishing at 6 in the morning my time and going to work at 8 or 9. So it's really weird. I rewatched all the Terminator films about 12 months ago, and I watched all of the Sarah Connor Chronicles as well. Wow. I don't know if you've seen. Have you seen the Sarah Connor Chronicles?
Like the first 2 or 3 episodes.
The opening episode is really good, and the final episode is really good as well. So I thought that was good. Look, cheers for having me on. I can't really say too much more about this film, but in regards to the podcast, me and my co-host Jasmine, who's in Houston, we run a podcast. We've been going 5 years. Our 200th episode will drop in 3 or 4 weeks' time. On the run up to that, we've done a bit of a thing where we've pulled some old guests up and done some of their favorite movies. Last week, we had drop was Beastmaster. This week is Blade Runner, and got 2 more to go before our 200th episode, where I won't reveal what that is, but essentially it's Mark versus Jasmine, and it's good. It's good.
To the death.
To the death.
Right. He's still here. I guess Jasmine's gone. That sucks. Rest in peace.
Hey? I didn't hear what you said. What?
I said Jasmine's gone. She's not here, so I guess you won. Rest in peace.
You'll have to listen. But yeah, at the moment, we just mainly concentrate on the podcast. But from September, we're hoping to do YouTube and podcasting.
Hell yeah. Well, always appreciate you being here, Mark. And everybody go check out Geeks Unleashed. What about you, Fable, man? What's coming up? Thank you for being here. Final thoughts.
Of course, thank you, Robbie, again, for inviting me to do Actionfest with you. Chronicles of Riddick popped 1,000 views.
Nice.
Which I never had before on my channel. So that I gotta give props to the people that were there. Jelani was there that night, and Brooks, and everybody that joined me, and of course Robbie for adding me on. That was awesome to see that we got 1,000 on those. It's always those movies, right? Like you can't count Vin Diesel out of shit. Like even if you try.
You're right. Those VDs, Van Damme, Vin Diesel.
So yeah, man. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Thanks again for everybody that was on the panels, and thank you, Robbie, for including me on the Action Fest tomorrow night. Our portion of Action Fest concludes on my channel with True Romance. The 1993 Tony Scott film written by Quentin Tarantino. Can't wait to get into this one. I really love this film, and I'm just interested to hear with Robbie and Verno is going to be there. Who else is going to be there? Eric is going to be there. A few cats are going to be there. And Greg, Bearded Comic Bro, is going to hang out with
Sounds like your best panel yet.
But I know this is your first watch, right, Robbie?
Oh, no.
No? You've seen this a few times? Okay.
Oh, yes.
Right.
I'm a huge fan of this movie.
Okay.
So I love True Romance. It's one of my favorites.
It's True Romance.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear what you guys
That's why I looked at your lineup and I was like, well, the only good movie is True Romance, so I'll go with that one.
Oh, watch it get the lowest views, right?
Sometimes that happens, man.
It'll be that way. And then of course Friday night we return the all new, all different Blade Fable show, our bags and boards and badass women special. We're having Lady Fantastic join us that night. Hopefully our crew will be there because last Friday everybody was gone and had to scramble. But a couple of good people from the community, a couple of my friends came on, so that was a good time, man. Having a bunch of new cats to stream with, that was awesome. So yeah, that's what we got coming up, man. Thank you again. Thanks to everybody for all the views and all the follows and all that stuff. It's really been amazing these last few months.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining, man. It's always fun, and there's so much more to do, man. So it never ends, man. And don't forget, y'all, join us tomorrow night for True Romance on Fable's channel, and then next week here for the finale of Actionfest as we talk about the Terminator franchise. The franchise reviews are always fun. We just kind of quickly go through all the movies. What are you doing, Brooks? I mean, Jelani?
I'm showing Brooks' comic book. That's the Shirella.
I've got my comic.
Just release the damn video. Release the Brooks cut. Release the Brooks cut.
It's already out. Watch the video. It's there.
It'll be 3 hours long.
He's like, fuck, I forgot. Like, there it is. All right.
Epic review yet.
It is pretty damn epic.
All right, go check out everybody. Go check out their work. Be back here for Terminator next week. You got 6 movies to watch. Watch them. Let's talk about them. PCP Movie Night Station, Pop Pop Boom. Suck it. All that.